Okay, so when it says make a copy, make a copy. Everybody is currently, hopefully, getting close. It might take a second for it to open, but close to this screen. Okay, percent word problem sort. It says on the next slide, there are 9 different word problems. Please sort them according to the piece that they are missing. They're either missing the part, missing the whole, or missing the percent. Okay, does that make sense? So when we go to the next slide, you have a slide that looks like this. Okay, the problems are all scattered on the bottom here. I want you to take a minute and try to drag them. You don't have to solve them. I'm not asking you to solve it. You're dragging the problem into the column that it belongs. Jackson. Hang on a second. Okay. So if you can't drag it, go on the corner, go on the edge of the box, and you should be able to drag it. Okay. I want you to read through these problems and try to put them in the column that they belong. I'm going to give you a couple minutes to do that. Hopefully. But was it hard to sort them? Maybe, maybe not. Were there ones that were easier than others to pick out? Which ones are easier to pick out than others? Yeah. Missing the percent is easiest, right? Because if we're missing the percent, we can just look at them and say, oh, there's no percent sign. That's what it's missing. Okay? So let's make sure you have them in the right spot. And if you have them in the wrong spot, I want you to fix it. Okay? Start with this one. Manuel found a wrecked car that he could fix. He bought the car for 65% of the original price. He paid $4,680 for the car. What was the original price? What are we missing? Brooklyn, what did you think? Missing the whole. So that problem you should have under missing the whole. Okay, what he paid is only part of the original price. Okay. All right, let's go with this one. You tipped 20% on a restaurant bill that cost $54. How much would you tip the waiter? What are we missing on that one, Paige?
The part.
Missing the part. The tip is the part. The whole bill is $54. All right. At a sale, shirts were sold for $15 each. This price was 80% of the original price. What's the original price, Josh? Missing the whole. Original price, if you're looking for the original price, that's always the whole amount. Okay, let's go with this one. Ben earns $12,800 a year. About 15% is taken out for taxes. How much is taken out for taxes, Kennedy? Missing the part. Taxes is your part. Okay. He earns a total of $12,800. That's your total. The Royal softball team played 75 games and won 55 of them. What percent of the games did they win, Devin? Missing the percent. Okay. There are 36 carpenters on a crew. On a certain day, 29 were present. What percent showed up for work? Cadence? Missing the percent. Mariano's bought 200 pounds of bananas last week. Last week, 45 of the bananas rotted before they could put them out for sale. What percent were rotted? Ella? Okay. That one goes over here. A baseball pitcher won 80% of the games he pitched. If he pitched 48 winning ball games, how many total games did he pitch? Go ahead, Maverick. Missing the whole. And that means, hopefully, a student earned a grade of the 80% on a math test that had 20 problems. How many problems on this test did the student answer correctly? Missing the part, because we already know there were 20 problems on the test. Okay, we're okay with that. All right. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to get into groups. Okay? I'm going to number you off or letter you off. When you get a letter, I want you to write it on this paper. So, take one, pass it back. Take one, pass it back. Okay, yep, right on the top of this paper, I'm going to give you a letter. in a moment, you are going to get up and find the other person or people that have the same letter as you, and your group's job is going to be to solve that problem. Okay? So everybody will end up solving one problem. Your group is then going to come to the board and present that problem to the class and tell us how you solved it. Does that make sense? Okay? A page is coming back to you. Does everybody have this page? Okay? I'm going to letter you off. Here we go. Maria, you're an A, B, C, D, E. Follow your E. F, G, H, I. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Alan, H, I. A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay? So I want you to find your partners and solve the problem. I'm going to give you about 4 minutes to be ready to present this to the class. Job is to, listen please, first of all, your job is to tell us the proportion and the answer. You're writing it down. Those of you sitting down, you are writing this down on your sheet. So everybody's on letter A. Go ahead, group A. Explain what you're doing. Why 80?
Putting the percent over 100
Okay.
equals 1 and 12. And then multiply that.
And divide by 80, and what'd you get? Okay. Perfect. You guys can go sit down. So the original price of the shirt was $18.75. Okay. Group B, come on up. Group B.
Hey, make
Leonette, you're in Group B.
Ella, make Blake right.
Go ahead.
Like, you want to write it?
Go ahead. That's okay.
So it's 80 over 1. What did
There you go.
80 over 100 because 80 is the percent. And then 20 goes on the bottom because it's the original price.
Yep.
The original, how many problems there
Yep.
are. And then over 1,600 equals 60.
Ella's the only one up there.
It's so sad.
Good. She even labeled her answer. 16 correct problems. Okay, so the student answered 16 correctly. Okay, Group C, who's coming up? Let's just send one person up. Who's coming up for Group C?
I'm not C.
Who is C? Somebody come on up. Thank you, Madison.
Or you can join a group.
Okay. All right, 7th graders. 7th graders! You're not talking right now. The only one talking is Madison.
First, you start off with 15 over 100, and then you do 12,800.
Perfect.
You multiply these two, and you divide by 100, which will give you 1,900.
Perfect. So the amount of taxes that's taken out is 1,920. Thank you, Madison. Okay, letter D. Who's coming up? All right, Sean, you got it.
I don't know off these.
You got this.
Oh, I know.
So you do
Right, Sean, let's go.
20% over 100, and then you put 54 on the bottom because that's the price of the meal.
Okay, so
And then you have to times these two and then divide that number by 100. And then x equals 10 point.
okay, and what does that mean? 10.8. You're right. And he's putting a dollar sign on Ella.
$10.
Good. $10.80 is how much you should tip. Thank you. Okay, letter F. Who's coming up? All those coming up? All right. Or E, sorry, letter E.
Yeah, that.
My bad.
I need to get my mathematics correct.
All right, all those got this.
I don't know if I got it. So we get 80, because that's a percent. And then we do 48 on the top. On the top, and then we times that and then divide that.
Yeah.
And then x equals 60.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So that means he pitched a total of 60 games. All right, letter F.
Jackson.
Jackson's got it? All right, here we go.
Let's go, guys. The marking
Let's go, Jackson.
the third, not the
What,
second.
Jackson
the third.
wanted to go.
It's not. Yeah.
Okay, everybody else is paying attention and writing this down.
75 goes on the bottom because that's what we played. And 55 goes up here. And then you multiply and divide and get.
Perfect. So the percent of the games they won was 73.3%. Okay, G. Who's got letter G? Kennedy's coming up. Thank you, Kennedy.
So we don't know the percent, so it's x, and then over 100. And then 45 would be on the top because it's the part, and 200 would be on the bottom. 200 would be on the bottom because it's the whole. And
Perfect.
then you multiply 45 and 100 and divide by 200, which would leave x being 22.5%.
Perfect. So 22.5% of the bananas were rotted before they could sell them. All right, H. All right, Lydia's gonna come up and do letter H. Nina. Sorry. I haven't, because that's her sister's name. Okay, 65 over 100. That's good. Just scribble it out and rewrite it. Perfect. So she originally paid $7,200 for the car. Last one, letter I. Dominic's got this one.
Yeah.
Keep carrying.
Why did he care?
So they don't know the percent, x over 100. 29 out of a total of 36 carpenters. So the percent is 80.5%. Perfect. Okay? All right. Hopefully you guys, the word problems are becoming a little bit easier as you go. Especially after knowing what you're missing. If you know what you're missing, you know where to put the X. And that was the whole purpose of doing that word problem sort, is sorting them into that missing part. Okay? Now your job is to go to Canvas and do the homework. Okay? On Canvas,
Anyone need scratch paper home?
Yeah, I do.
you do need scratch paper. There are 12 problems.
Oh, right.
Alan, you give me
Okay.
Where you going, Josh?
time do we have?
You have about 10 minutes.
Ah.
Okay.